We talk a lot about comparison culture and social media and how damaging it is for adults. But what about for 4-year-olds? Because it starts much earlier than we think. And most children's books about being yourself completely miss what's actually happening inside a child's body when they feel like they're not enough. But this one, Shimmer Finds Her Glow, doesn't. I'm Shabana, an early years teacher and creator of Tales for Little Learners. I write social emotional learning picture books built around interoception, so helping children notice what's happening inside their bodies. Shimmer Finds Her Glow is one of my favourite things I've ever made, and I want to tell you why. Children start comparing themselves to others much earlier than most adults realise. By the ages of 3 or 4, children are already noticing who runs faster, who draws better, and who gets more attention. And when they feel like they're coming up short, they feel it physically. A tight chest, heavy shoulders, that contracted, shrinking feeling. Most books in this space respond by saying, "You're special, be yourself." And that's lovely. But it doesn't actually help a child who is in the middle of that feeling. It doesn't give them anything to do with the sensation in their body. Shimmer is different because Shimmer doesn't just tell children that they're enough. It walks them through what it feels like when they're trying too hard to be like somebody else and what it feels like when you finally stop. Shimmer is a beautiful ocean who looks up at a star called Pyra, and she wishes that she could shine like him. And the harder she tries, the more that her waves crash and churn, and they won't settle. Shimmer's waters feel tight and squeezed, and her waves frothed and splashed, and she wouldn't stop moving. That physical description, that tight squeeze, churning, that's what comparison actually feels like in a child's body. And naming it in a story gives children the language to recognize it in themselves. When the wind comes down, it teaches Shimmer to breathe in, and her waves rise, and out they roll down softly. It's the simplest breathing exercise, but delivered through the metaphor of an ocean. It becomes something that children genuinely want to do. They become the ocean. They breathe with her. A star shines bright, and still an ocean moves and flows. You're not meant to be the same. You're meant to be you. And that's the moment in the book. That's the shift. And it lands because by that point, the child has felt the difference in their own body, the tight churning versus the calm, steady breathing. The story doesn't just tell them to be themselves. It helps them feel what being themselves actually feels like. I think this book is more important now than when I actually wrote it, because children are growing up with screens, with comparison cultures, with a pressure to perform from such a young age. And the research is clear that children who develop strong interoception awareness, so can notice and name physical sensations, have significantly better emotional regulation as they grow up. Shimmer isn't a quick fix, but read regularly, talked about, and used as a starting point for conversation, it builds something real. Shimmer Finds Her Glow is available on Amazon and PayHip, so for physical books and PDF versions of ebooks. The links are below. And if you want to support a child who compares themselves to others, who shrinks when they feel like they're not enough, or who just needs to hear that their kind of glow is exactly right, this is the book. So please subscribe for more SEL stories, for phonics, maths, science, and early learning resources. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Bye.